Colorado spends $4.57 to mitigate the safety and health impacts of this substance that's earning them $1. So we didn't do that analysis at the time. Colorado was promised a lot of tax revenue, promised a lot of completely unsupported things about the value of this substance medically, and voted it in, I think, primarily thinking it was going to help our schools, because that was the big pitch. It was going to be a bunch of tax money that goes to schools. It hasn't done that. The tax money is more than eaten up by the increased law enforcement costs, the increased health and safety costs. You have to remember also, when Wyoming's looking at costs and benefit, when responsible adults are looking at the cost-benefit analysis of allowing a brand new commercial industry into your state, what are we going to get? What's it going to cost us? With marijuana, you have to consider the fact that you're going to need a brand new or a greatly expanded laboratory to test to determine how much THC is in a product, whether that product is hemp, or legally whether it's marijuana, because it's got enough THC to be marijuana. You're going to have a laboratory that can determine before these products are sold for people to put in their body, do they have pesticides in them? Do they have mold in them? Are they safe for consumption from those basic substances? That's not a facility Wyoming has now, because they don't need to have it. Wyoming also doesn't need to have its own state Federal Drug Administration, right? You don't need to have an FDA for your state, because the federal government does that for you. We all rely on the federal government to ensure the safety of something we buy at the supermarket before we put it in our body. That doesn't exist for marijuana. These retail establishments are selling things that kids especially are putting in their body, having grown up thinking, if the government's allowing this business to sell something I can put in my body, it must be okay. But because marijuana is federally illegal, the FDA doesn't test it. The EPA is not testing the environmental impact of a grow site or any element of the marijuana business. So if the state wants to ensure safety of the environment, assess and control the environmental impact of marijuana growing, and control and ensure the safety from pesticides, mold, and other contaminants of that product someone's putting in their body, the state of Wyoming is going to have to create those agencies. The state of